Now the main part of the story begins the day King Harold died. Shit is about to happen in the next chapters after chapter 11 and 68, and that is not only what Worsgen talked about, because he mentioned some stuff about the shallow sea marks or the sea contracts from Imusama. So let's get into that. He says the shallow sea mark is a normal contract, no connection to Imu, no powers. The deep sea contract is a contract with Imu. He can control you. In return, you became stronger, or you become stronger. And you can teleport / create a magic circle, the Abyss. Become immortal, probably meaning regeneration power. Oh, okay, it's different from the Abyss. Okay, and the final one is the Abyssal Sea Mark. Probably gives a yokai power / even stronger boost with Imu conquers Haki. So it seems like Sommer indeed has the Abyssal Mark. Maybe he also has a yokai power which he didn't use yet. I mean, something special must given with the Abyssal Seal, because Deep Sea Contract already gives almost all abilities we know from the Holy Knight. So what makes Seal 3 special, and does Sommers indeed has the 3-tier mark? And he replies, says, why I was saying that Sommers might has the Abyssal tier mark, because his mark looks way different to Harold Deep Sea Contract or the Deep Sea tier mark, as he says. Because I mean, he's seen the leaks or the stuff, so we've seen the first contract, which is you get in the previous chapter. We've seen with King Harold, right? And we've seen it with Shanks. It's a similar one. So in the leaks, he saw the Harold one, which he became a Holy Knight then, right? And he says it's different from the Sommers one. The Sommers one has it's like the Abyss look, the magical circle, the magical Abyss, the same that the Holy Knights summon in, right? So he's assuming that the tier 3, the Seal 3 mark, the special one, has different powers, because King Harold now is the Holy Knight, which is tier 2, which is the, what is it called? The Deep Sea Mark, right? And the third one is the Abyssal Sea Mark, right? So the Deep Sea Mark is now in the upcoming chapter 1168. Now they promoted King Harold with it, right? Because they wanted to promote Shanks, but Shanks was nowhere there, so they decided to go with King Harold. And King Harold's tattoo now is not the same as Sommers. So is there, even in the Holy Knights tiers, there are different tiers, because once you get, let's say for example, once you get the third tier, the Abyssal Sea Mark, as he says, like for real now, because we know in this week's chapter, with King Harold being a Holy Knight and having the tier 2, the Deep Sea Contract, or the Deep Sea Pact, whatever you want to call it, okay? Now he became immortal and he's got more powers. So now it truly means that once you get the tier 3, how is it different from the tier 2? Because now we know the tier 2 gives you immortality and gives you special powers, right? So the tier 2 doesn't give you, the tier 3, which is the Abyssal Sea Mark, doesn't give you the yokai power and even like stronger boost like Imu conquers Haki, as he says. I think it makes sense when you think about it. And what is more insane is that we've seen Sommers fight Rayleigh 38 years ago in God Valley, absolutely being like really beat the shit out of Sommers, and we've seen Sommers versus Coppergaban, and Coppergaban beating the shit out of Sommers, even though the old Coppergaban, who wasn't even fighting for over like 20 years, he just became a father and that's it, right? So he's most likely the Roger Pirate's bitch, right? But the thing is, when you think about it, if he has the third tier in the contracts of Imusama, he should be stronger than that, right? We haven't seen his yokai form, we haven't seen the stronger powers that he has from Imu, the immortality. Okay, technically we've seen the regeneration, which includes like it's in the same category as the regeneration as the immortality, right? So we haven't seen the yokai form from Sommers. We haven't seen more like stronger powers or stronger boosts, like for example the Imusama conquers Haki or something like that. We haven't seen much from Sommers, and that includes the other Holy Knights that has the third tier contract with Imusama, right? So it's actually interesting to see. I mean, hopefully in this week's chapter, once we see the panels and once we see the full chapter being released, I think we're gonna understand kind of the whole contract stuff, because the brief spoilers doesn't show you a lot. You just gotta wait for the chapter, because this chapter they're saying it's a build chapter, so hopefully we're gonna see more stuff about the sea contracts or whatever with the Imusama, right? So we're gonna understand the difference between tier 2 and tier 3, which is the biggest one, the stronger one, the most important one for Imusama, and most definitely the Gorosei has it, right? So we're gonna see now 5 of the Gorosei, or 6 with including Saturn and Garling, and definitely Shamrock since he's the commander of the Holy Knights now, and Summers even has it now. So now alive in the story, it's now 5 Gorosei and Shamrock and Summers. And maybe Gonku. It makes sense for Gonku, right? Does Cunningham has it? We don't know. So it's interesting now. Hopefully we're gonna see the difference between them, like when it comes to powers and stuff. And I guess this is around comes to what you guys think about the whole like sea marks, the sea contracts, the deep sea contracts with Imusama and stuff, or the pacts, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I guess I'll meet you guys later today for the full summary, but I just wanted to talk about this topic because I feel like it's interesting, especially the fact that King Harold had it now, or has it, or had it. I think it happened 14 years ago, right? He had the second tier one, but Worstian says it's different from the one Summers has it. So I think there's even different like tiers, different rankings when it comes to the Holy Knights as well, right? You got the commander, you got the people like immediately under the commander, right? So I think that makes sense, and it's so interesting when you think about it. So I think we're gonna see tomorrow, Thursday. Hopefully the chapter drops on Thursday, not on Fridays. Please TCB, please do your job, okay? And yeah, I guess thank you guys for watching. Write in the comments what you guys think about the whole sea contracts. Just write what do you think about them in general. And yeah, I think guys, that's it. Get out of here.